So welcome back to another episode of the Call Out Podcast with Rodrigo and my boy Rich. Today we have our co-star here, Robert Velasquez, going to chime in. We're going to break down 2021 UFC fighting prospects that to be on the lookout for. We're going to start with the guest here, Robert. So who are a couple guys you have here that you think are going to be up-and-comers, or they're already in the title mix and going to fight for a title pretty soon?
I really like Sean O'Malley here. I think
That's what it was.
I like it too, though. I'm a Sean O'Malley fan, so this is a good one.
Sean, come on, Richard. You got to give credit where credit's due, man. I really like Sean O'Malley. I think he's a nice up-and-coming fighter. People are giving him a lot of pressure to fight top 10, but I'm like, yo, give the kid a chance to grow. And when he's ready, he's going to knock all these people out. I really do see it. What do you guys think of that?
I'm a big Sean O'Malley fan, and this is kind of on a side note. Me and Rich were in a car ride one time with one of our other friends. We had an argument about this, and I brought Sean O'Malley into conversation because I thought I think outside of being talented, he kind of fits like that look. Like he has the cool tattoos, the crazy hair, the way he fights it's insane. Like he has those like that crazy like kind of like unorthodox boxing / kicks. I think he's a rising star. I think he's gonna be one of the biggest fighters in the roster in a couple of years. I think same thing as you though. We can't just throw him into the mix of like title contender right now. Let him get a couple more fights. The Eddie Wineland fight, he definitely put on a highlight reel knockout, and then he put on another one against Thomas Almeida. Give him a couple give him like 2 more fights before you give him like a top 5 guy. And I think he's really gonna be on the map as one of those like premier UFC fighters.
Okay, what do you think about that, Richard?
I feel like if he does get to the top, I don't think he's gonna be there long.
You don't think he'll be there long?
No.
I mean, I can see that. I don't know if I can see him winning title, but I can see him winning like maybe another fight or 2, and then I can see him getting a guy kind of like Cody Garbrandt. The beef's there, a big name in the fight. They're both kind of like these strikers. It'd be like a fun, entertaining fight for the fans. I don't know.
I agree with you 100%, but I actually think that could happen next. I think that could happen because Sean O'Malley, I believe he has a fight booked. I don't know who his opponent is, but I know if he wins that fight, I could easily see him fighting Cody. Cody's coming off a loss off a Rob Font, and then Sean will be coming off a win. I could easily see that fight. Plus, they were talking shit to each other not too long ago about who has the best TKO in the, So yeah. I do think that fight could easily be possible, and I do see Sean winning that fight. He's a lot more smooth. He's a lot more flexible. His speed. Cody does have speed and he does have power, but Sean's not going to be there. He's a lot taller. He's going to be in and out. And just give the kid some chance to grow. He's still doing all his jiu-jitsu, so he's getting really good on the ground. When have we ever seen Cody on the ground? Never. So I really do see Sean beating Cody if that fight does happen. And then after that, who we have right now, we have Peter Yan and then Sterling for the belt. I can see him fighting them for sure in due time.
I think that title picture is definitely a little convoluted right now. There's a lot of good guys up there, but going on what you're saying, yeah. I mean, I don't know who Sean's fighting right now, but he has the fight booked. After that, I wouldn't mind seeing him in a rematch against like Marlon Vera, a guy that he lost to. Some people say he got worked. There was the ankle injury. That'd be a great next fight. And then if he wins that fight, kind of propel him to the Cody Garbrandt, and then let him get that title contention fight maybe.
Okay, I see that. I can see that.
But going on what you're saying, I love O'Malley, and that's a really good one. That's one of my favorite guys right now too. Okay. So you said you had one more up and coming fighter.
His name is Ryan Hall.
Okay. That's a good one, man. He's been, since he came on the scene for me, he flew on my radar. He's nasty, man. He's nasty.
Uriah Hall kind of reminds me of one of those guys, though, in my opinion, where I feel like BJJ wise, he's top 3 in the UFC. I mean, you put him up there with Damian Maia, Brian Ortega, like those lights of those guys. But his striking, how do you guys feel about that? Do you guys feel like his striking is enough to get him in those fights and like kind of keep him in big fights if he can't take the guy down, or do you feel like he still needs to work on that?
He never actually. Go ahead.
You go, Rob. Sorry.
I actually don't think he ever takes people down, to be honest. Those live leg locks that he has is what gets people down to the floor. So his striking game, do we need to worry about that? Do we worry about his Khabib's striking game? Not so much, and he did just fine. So I think his striking game is getting better with every fight. The problem is people wanting to fight him, and because he's not known, so you don't get much from beating him. But if you lose to him, That's not a good sign at all.
Each fight he gets is kind of like Khabib. Khabib's striking, it only gets better by increments. Not by a lot, but it gets better. I mean, he dropped Connor. Are you kidding me? That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I think it's enough to play into his game plan. I think it's enough to be there.
Yes.
To allow his actual strength to shine. So
exactly. You just needed to shadow it in a sense. You just needed to 1-2, boom, here's the takedown. That's all I need here, and he can definitely implement that in his game.
And if you look, and then the Gray Maynard fight, Gray couldn't take him down. And then when he did, there wouldn't be anything done. He couldn't do anything. And if you do take Ryan down, you don't really want to, because you don't want to be in his guard. You don't want to be anywhere on the ground with him.
Yeah.
So that's a good pick, man.
Well, I mean, we definitely got two nice up-and-comers there that I'm sure a lot of the fans will agree on. Let's jump on to Richard's predictions here. So you have two fighters as well. Who's the first up-and-coming 2021 fighter you have now on the radar?
I have Dan Ige.
Oh, okay. That's a Las Vegas native right here. He trains at Extreme Couture.
It is, yeah. I have Ige, man. He beat some good guys. Of course, his record's not perfect, but I have him being one of those overall. The three guys that I picked, they're all kind of overall, and that's why I picked them.
Okay.
He's got good hands, good wrestling, good cardio.
He has a couple big wins on his name as well. He beat Edson Barbosa, who's a tough guy, perennial guy. And not really a title contender, but a perennial guy who's always in the top 5, always on
He beat Mirsad Betchik,
who's a tough guy as well.
Who's also a good one. The only things that the Calvin Kattar fight also kind of exposed a little bit.
But the thing is, Calvin Kattar's a stud, man. Up till Max Holloway, that was one of my favorite fighters. Up till Max Holloway, and then I was like, okay, he's some work to do. But Calvin Kattar's no joke. That's no knock on your record. So Dan Ige, I like that one a lot.
My next one is Arnold Allen.
Ooh, he just fought recently.
Yeah.
Who did he just beat?
He beat Sadiq Yusuf, and I had him winning that. Yeah, Arnold, he just, once again, overall, great fighter, great striking.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh.
Arnold Allen, he is about to fight another Extreme Couture guy just now. I just got booked yesterday.
Oh, really?
He's going to fight Puna Healy. I can't remember his last name right now.
Puna Healy.
But this boy, Puna Healy, I'm sorry, I like Arnold Allen, but Puna Healy's going to put the works on him.
Really?
I think Puna Healy's going to knock him out. I like him, though. I like Arnold Allen a lot.
Okay, he got booked yesterday, so it's not anywhere.
Go here. Oh, it's not.
It's not. Okay, so Rodrigo's got that inside scoop.
Let's go.
A fight that just got booked. And then lastly for me, someone that I've always liked from the beginning, Beneil Dariush. I always felt like he's an intelligent fighter. Yeah, he's had some downs, but it's the fight game. You can't really go off that. And right now his mindset is in the right place. He just beat Tony Ferguson. His ground game is amazing. He's got great hands. I just think he's got champion mentality. I see him having a title fight.
Yeah, I agree. I like his mindset a lot. His striking game, I feel like can improve. His ground game is really good. I have nothing bad to say about his ground game, but what I like about him the most is his mentality. Very nice, humble guy. He's just here to get that belt, and he's the dark horse of the division for sure.
Yep. No, yeah, and he obviously just came off a big win against Tony Ferguson, which propelled him to the top 5.
I just picked one of your guys.
The guy's gonna be. Oh, you're good.
Oh my God,
the guy's gonna be nasty. I like him a lot. I mean, Beneil. Hopefully, that's my boy. Hopefully, he kind of looks like me, right? You see it? Everyone's giving me a hard time about that. But
when you have the head off, everyone. We have a UFC group chat. It actually, it's Rod, Robert, a couple of our other friends, and then me. And they always say that Rodrigo looks like Beneil. So
yeah, I like Beneil a lot, though. I mean, I can definitely see him. I don't know if he's gonna win the title because that weight class is super. I think that's
I don't know when, but the next 2 fights.
But he could definitely
within the next 2 fights, he's gonna fight for the title. I feel it.
Now, with all that being said, for my 2021 fighters, the first guy I have here is kind of I don't feel like he's a big name yet. His name is Bryce Hall. He kind of fits into the Bryce Mitchell, not Bryce Hall. I'm thinking of the name Hall because I was going to say he fits in the same category as Ryan Hall, because he's kind of one of those guys that's ground game is absolutely ridiculous, right? He can submit everybody. I mean, I think he has, if I look here, he has 14 wins, and then 9 of those wins are submission wins, which is absolutely unbelievable. He puts everyone away. He has some good names on his resume. So he's fought Tyler Diamond and Bobby Moffitt, which some people don't know who those guys are, but they're PFL fighters, and they're fighting for the $1 million prize at PFL, which are 2 big names. And then he just recently came off a win against Charles Rosa and Andre Feely, who are guys that have been in the UFC for quite a bit. And he's not finished them, but he's absolutely dominated them throughout. I think if he picks up his hands a little bit, he's going to be an absolutely terror going into 2021. The second guy I have here on the roster is also another smaller guy, kind of a bigger name. It's going to be Corey Sandhagen. I think this dude is going to be the champ. I think he put Frankie Edgar on a highlight reel. Before that, he beat Marlon Moraes, who just fought for the title against Henry Cejudo not too long ago. 2 big names there. His last loss, Aljamain Sterling, who's the current champ. I think he has a big fight coming up right now against TJ Dillashaw. And I don't think he's going to fight the same TJ Dillashaw we saw when he was a champ. I think he's going to put TJ away, and he's going to get the fight against the winner of Aljamain. He will put him away quick, Robert. I'm telling you this right now. He's going to knock him out within 3 rounds. Okay. And I think he will fight for the title against the winner of Aljamain and Peter Yan.
That's Wait a second here. 3 rounds isn't quick, though. 3 rounds isn't quick.
In that weight class, the small guys, I think it is.
I think
he's going to put him away. I think TJ's done. But that's a conversation for another day. But Corey Sandhagen's an absolute stud.
That's a good one.
Okay. Yeah, I like him a lot. For sure. I have a lot of good things to say about Corey. What he did to Frankie, oh my God.
It was ridiculous.
I was screaming. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And then the way what he did to what is it, Morales?
Morales.
Yeah. I was like, I couldn't believe that either. And that was in the first round as well. I was like, holy shit, this guy is the real deal for sure.
Both of those were like highlight reel KOs too. One was like a knee, the other was like a spinning back kick, like ridiculous.
Man.
I have 3 more guys actually. I'll be pretty quick with these last 3. We mentioned this one earlier in a previous video, but I have Cyril Gane as a series title contender. I think he's gonna be next in line after the Derek Lewis Ngannou fight. I think he gets the next title fight. He's been putting away some big names. He's beaten Rosenstruck, Junior Dos Santos, 2 guys that have always been title contenders. Granted, if John Jones doesn't come back to that picture, he's definitely up there. Or I can see him fighting maybe a Stipe. But that's the guy to look out for. After this one, I do have a guy who just fought recently, Rob Font. Rob Font, to me, the reason why I put him up there is because he's one of those guys that would always like string in 2 wins and then get a loss, get 3 wins, get a loss. So it would always like be up there, but then fall down. But lately, he's just been putting it together. And in the last 2 fights, well, actually the last 4 fights. So Sergio Pettis, current Bellator champ. Ricky Simon, guy who's been in there for a minute now in the UFC, just got a win over Uriah Faber. Marlon Moraes, another big name title contender, and just beat Cody Garbrandt. I think he's the clear title contender now at this phase in his career. I think he's gonna be really good. And lastly, it was the guy that we brought up when we were just talking right now, Punahele Soriano. This kid is the real deal, and he has a fight with Arnold Allen coming up. That fight is going to put 2 big guys together who are going to be up-and-comers, and it's going to really show who the better one is. But Punahele's no joke, man. He's been putting away everybody by knockout. Heavy hands, Hawaiian, Transaction Couture with Dan Ige, and who's the other guy you mentioned?
Mine.
You had Dan Ige and who?
I had Benil.
You had someone else though, no?
Arnold Allen. Those 3.
Anyways, I'm probably thinking someone else, but he trains like Shin Couture, definitely a tough guy.
You got like a bunch of people there.
But Ige's there, so a couple tough guys. He's gonna
even Ngannou, isn't he?
He's a trim too. Yeah, he has a good team around him.
That's a good gym right now.
It's a really good gym.
They're doing good.
But look at that name, Punahele Soriano. That kid's gonna be a monster. 8-0 in the UFC right now. It's gonna be a fun one.
All right, man. We're gonna have to put $5-10 on. I have Arnold, so when that fight happens,
that's gonna be a good one.
Let's believe we're gonna do a bet.
But let us know. We have a couple names here. Let us know who you think is an up-and-coming title fight. Let us know who you think out of all of our picks here, who might be the closest one to that UFC title fight. We did mention a couple guys who are title contenders currently, but let us know what you guys think. If you guys have any fighters that we missed out on that you think we should be on the lookout for, please leave that in the comment as well. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a good one.
All right.